My name is Randy Bigley. Joining me on the podcast right now from Buckeye Central Local Schools, Superintendent Mark Robinson. Good morning.
Good morning, Randy. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, this is the time of year when it's kind of slowing down a little bit, right? I mean, I'm sure you're busy all the time, but it's kind of that time when you kind of before spring break and after, winter time there.
So, it really is. And I don't know if I'd call it the winter doldrums, but right now things are, we're working on academics. The kids are working hard on all of their coursework. We're into the third 9 weeks, and it always seems like February, March, and the beginning of April just takes some time up until the point where you see the end of the school year. But our kids are doing well. A lot of studying going on, and academics are being focused on. So. Good. And we've had some pretty good weather this winter.
We have, and I looked up into next week. It's supposed to be decent.
I know. So we haven't been out of school a lot. A lot of the kids are saying, "When do we get our next snow day? When do we get our next snow day?" But hopefully we'll have this good weather and we can focus on the academics.
Sure, right, sure. So, have you had many snow days this year? Not many, have you?
You know what? We've had. How many we had? 6.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
Well, okay.
But if you remember back in the late fall, early winter, we had those 3 or 4 days that kind of came in a clump.
Yes.
And we had some ice, we had some snow, and with those and a couple of fog days that we had earlier in the year, we reached 6. But the minute we reached that, things kind of quieted down.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Let's hope it stays
right.
That
There
way.
You go.
So
there you go.
It's good to get a day off now and then, but. It's also good to be in school.
Right, it sure is. It sure is.
And the kids got President's Day a while back, so President's Day was a 3-day weekend for them. Yeah. So that worked out well.
And we're kind of into that time when there's that kind of lump of time where there's not a time off until about spring break, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
And for Buckeye Central, we don't take a week for spring break. It's always over the Easter weekend.
Okay.
And then we always have Good Friday off, and then the following Monday we have that day off. But because we're an agricultural community and a farming community, folks don't leave and jet off to the Caribbean or somewhere like that.
Yeah, right.
That's the time of the year they're getting into the fields and prepping. So we just have Good Friday and Monday.
Okay.
But that's also an advantage to us because then come May, typically the middle of May, our kids are looking forward to graduation and getting out of school a little bit earlier than maybe some of the suburban schools that take that full week and have to spend a little bit longer during the school year.
We're not that far away from graduation, are we, really? If you think about it. Yeah.
I don't know the exact date this year. It's in May. It's a Sunday, so it's going to be somewhere around May 15th, 16th. We're always on a Sunday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But the seniors are looking forward to that. They're already senioritis in this 8th semester, as we call it. So.
Right. I remember those days, being ready to be out, right? Yeah. What else is happening?
Well, one of the things we are doing is the kids are choosing next year's courses. Okay. You talk about what we're doing now. We're also looking forward to the future. They had a big assembly where they met with the teachers about what's being offered. So that's going on as we talk. Administratively, we're working on planning for summer maintenance and permanent improvements. That's happening behind the scenes. We're looking at a couple of the big projects we're looking at this summer. Is we're going to put a new roof on our field house.
Okay.
And we're also going to put doors in the field house. Yeah. It's probably 30 years old now.
Oh, really?
So it needs some upkeep.
Yeah.
We're doing personnel meetings. We've had personnel meetings for the 2024 school year because you have to start looking at who may retire, who may not, where we're going to change people around within their assignments, and so we're doing that. So there's a lot of the middle of the year items that we talked about, plus a lot of the planning for 2023, 2024.
Oh, great. Wow. Yeah, it's hard to believe that the school year's, way almost getting close to being done, isn't it?
One of the dates on the calendar I think we're all looking forward to, and I looked it up before I came in this morning, is March 12th. And for those that don't know what March 12th is, that's daylight savings time.
Right, yeah.
So that always tells you that, the winter sports have ended.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the spring sports, participating in spring sports.
Sure.
So we really know the end is near when we get to that point.
Right, yeah, right. And the change, so it's like I think it's more daylight during the morning then too, wouldn't there be? Is when you change that out. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's always good. It's always good. Anything else?
Speaking of sports, I guess I'd like to mention the all N10 conference girls team has been announced, and I probably should do that this morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Riley Conser, who's a senior at Buckeye Central, was Player of the Year in
great.
the N10. Kate Cecil made first team. We had 2 second teamers in Sydney Worm and Kennedy Deppen. Paige Colleen got honorable mention. And our coach, Abram Capel, got Coach of the Year.
Nice.
So
Wow.
Buckeye Central did pretty well
Yeah,
within
sounds
the
like it.
N10 conference this year. And, of course, this is tournament time. Our girls won the sectional tournament a while back, and they're continuing to go forward. And the boys, they're beginning tournament very soon.
Right.
So like I said, it's one of those things where we had a lot of success during the winter and look forward to the spring.
Yeah, we got track coming up and baseball and on softball and all that, right? Yeah.
One thing I'd like to mention, and this isn't the positive, but I think our community needs to know, we lost a beloved member of our school community. Beth Bayer Deach passed away from cancer recently. And Beth was only 45 years old. She was a board member for the past 8 years.
Wow.
She only stepped away from the board about a year ago. And we lost her this past weekend, and she just gave her all to her schools, or to our schools, and to her family. We have 3 kids, or she has 3 children, Maddie, Owen, and Georgia. Maddie and Owen are graduates from Buckeye Central, and Georgia's a junior this year.
Wow.
So our prayers go out to Beth's family and her children, and we're going to wrap around that family and support them as we go forward. So so I just wanted to mention that this morning. Not a positive thing, but just a great member of our community that we lost.
Right. If someone wants to find more information on the schools, you guys have a website?
We do have a website, very simple, just www.buckeye/central.org. We're out on the website. We're out on social media. Just go to Facebook and put in Buckeye Central, and we'll pop up. We're also on Twitter and Instagram. It seems like schools are on everything.
They
these
are,
days.
right.
But we feel like we keep things very updated out on those different platforms. And I would encourage all of our community members, as well as our non-community members, to take a look at Buckeye Central by just typing our name in.
All right. Mark, it's always good to talk to you. It's always great to hear the great things going on at Buckeye Central Schools.
Nice to be here and brag a little bit about our schools.
I'm glad we can do that. Thank you so much, Mark.
Thanks, Randy.